Let's go and get a proper view of Midsomer Norton from the top of the church tower.
There are 12 bells in the tower, which is quite a lot. Churches normally have between 6 and 8, so 12 is quite special. There are 4 on this level. This is the lightest, which is about 400 weight, and then above us are 8 more bells, and that one is the heaviest and is about 2500 weight. Each of the bells, at the moment, the bells are all what we call down, and that simply means that the mouth of the bell, which is this bit, is pointing downwards. But you can see that each of the bells has a wheel by the side of it. On one side of the headstock, this is the bell, this is the headstock, the wheel, and then this is called a stay. And at the moment we could just rock the bell and it will rock gently backwards and forwards. But when we're ringing the bells on Sunday, we don't just rock the bells backwards and forwards, we turn them in a complete circle, so that the mouth here would actually be up here, and by pulling on the rope downstairs, you spin the bell in a complete revolution so that the mouth comes back up, and just before the bell gets back to the vertical, the clapper swings across and hits the side of the bell so it rings, and then you pull on the rope again, and it spins back the other way till it comes up to the vertical and rings again. This bell is about 600 to 800 weight, that bell 2500 weight. To get it so that it's spinning in a circle takes quite a lot of effort. Once you've got it so that it's upright, there's then quite a lot of momentum, so you don't have to pull so hard. But we obviously need to be able to stop and leave the bell in the vertical position. So this thing comes around. If the bell comes around this way, this stay hits the slider, moves it across, so that actually the bell slightly overbalances and it's held by that piece of wood pressing against the stay, and you can let go of the rope, you can pull the bell back, it spins back round. This piece of wood then knocks the slider the other way, and again the bell is slightly overbalanced the other way, and you can let go of it. And this is also a safety mechanism, because you have to be taught how to pull the bell the right amount, and if you pull the bell too hard, this piece of wood hits against the slider and it breaks, and instead of the bell just turning in one complete circle, it will go at least in a circle and a half or a circle and 3/4.
Quite an art to it then.
There is an art to it, and that is when the rope disappears up through the ceiling, which is what everybody thinks ringing is like anyway.
Yeah.
So we're about halfway up. What we can do, we'll go up onto the next floor, and then we can look down on the bells from above, and I'll explain when we get up there that that's where the bells used to be.
Yeah.
And then we can go up.
And it looks like a foundry mark on the top of that bell. John Taylor,
yes.
801.
Yep.
Is there a year on it or anything? John Taylor and Company.
There probably is.
Bristol maybe, or?
No, John Taylor's are. They're one of 2 bell founders in the country. Taylor's are at Loughborough, and there used to be a very historic bell foundry, Mears and Steinbank, and that was in the East End of London, the Whitechapel Bell Foundry. But that recently closed, and we're not quite sure what's happening. And I should have said that at one time, though they have been recast, one of the famous things about this tower, which is why there is a statue of King Charles II on the outside, just below the clock, is because there is a story that he was visiting Midsomer Norton sometime perhaps in the 1670s, and he heard the bells ring, and he wasn't very impressed. At one time there just used to be 8 bells in the tower, and they were hung up here, so these beams were the foundation of the bell frame. When they had 4 more. They moved them down the tower because if you were up here and put your hand against the wall, you would feel the tower vibrating.
Yeah.
So the lower down the tower, the less damage, the less possibility of damage to the tower, and it makes the sound better. But it's why we have this
wooden
mesh
frame
floor.
ceiling as well.
Oh yes.
The arches are gorgeous
So
as well, aren't they?
if you're ready for it, we'll go up to the top.
Yeah, I'm ready. And fascinating. It is very narrow.
And just mind your shoulder as you come up to the top.
Yeah.
It's very safe because of the high walls.
Oh wow. Oh, what a gorgeous view. So that's Midsomer Norton just down there, and over in the distance at the end of my finger is Bath, and then if we walk round past the columns,
You can see the sports centre just peeking out.
yeah, the sports centre,
Holly Court, Town
Yeah.
Hall.
and just behind those trees up there is the Midsomer Norton Railway, which they run trains sometimes. I suppose check their website, and there's the rest of Midsomer Norton down there. My shop is just behind those trees there, and we've got Silver Street, an amazing view.
And then we've got, so going up to Withy's Park, St John's School, Clapton Hill,
Yeah, and then of course Bristol's right over there
Bristol,
in
yes.
the distance, and Farrington Gurney on the way to Bristol. Back in the Bath direction, sort of towards Marksbury in that direction.
Yeah.
As if by magic we find ourselves back at Dustland.